Hi there everybody, Ken here again from Ken's Christmas Village. One of my good friends, Grant Blackwell, has very kindly given me a gift for Christmas. But it comes in one of the weirdest bits of packaging I have ever seen. So I thought I would give you a little video to show you how to get this item out of the packaging, because if you don't do it very, very carefully and correctly, you're going to damage the piece. Now the piece is these German dancers that you often see in Germany with Lederhosen dancing around to Oompa bands. I'm not sure what the piece is called. On the packaging, it doesn't actually say. So this is a little sleeve which goes over here, but it doesn't actually say the name. So, and as I said, it's a present, so I can't tell you what it's called. But it's really tricky to get out of the packaging. So I thought I'd show you it. The first thing is this plastic top has to come off, but it was on really, really tight when I first got it. So you need to ease it off. Although it's got kind of little finger slots here, it's very hard to get your fingers in. And what you really need to do is try and ease it off. Otherwise, if you're not careful, you bash these figures when you take it off and they'll break off very, very easily. So firstly, you've got to take this off very, very carefully and lift it straight up so you don't knock any of these figures off. And then this is where it becomes really, really interesting. And I've never seen anything like this before. Hold it very carefully from the base so that you're not handling the figures. And you will see on one side a little tab. Now it has actually got a tiny blue arrow on it, but it's tiny. And you don't see it. And you look at this and you think, how do I get this off? There's a little piece which you possibly can't even see in there. That what happens is you pull this lug out, okay, like that. And then when you turn it over, you'll see under here, there's a little keyway. And you have to turn the whole thing round. When I've got it out fully, you have to turn the whole thing round, and there's only one way it will turn, and then it lifts out of the packaging. And you can see that key there, it will only turn one way, so it will only go into and out of that hole one way. But the first time you do it, and the first time you see this, you will be bewildered by this little bit of packaging. Tab, keyway, turn, very careful. It's a beautiful piece. Doesn't animate or light, sadly, but it's a lovely piece of figurines. But as you can see, these sort of figures snap off so easily. So be very careful when you unpackage. What I have discovered this year, just a little tip, I normally use super glue for any of these figures that snap off. I've now found this year that I've started using impact adhesive. Because with some of these figures, it's hard to hold the figure in place just for the few seconds that you need to hold it for the super glue to set. I found that with impact adhesive, because you put that onto both the surfaces, then you leave it for 10 minutes or so to kind of cure, and then you put the two surfaces together and they clamp together. I found that easier with figures. So little tip there, I've used that on a few things this year. But lovely piece, beautiful piece, but absolutely weird packaging. So if you do buy yourself this beautiful piece, take lots of care when you take it out of the package, and then you will get the full pleasure out of this beautiful, beautiful piece. So thank you to my friend Grant for this lovely piece, and take care anybody that buys this and opens it. Be careful. Happy villaging, see you again soon.